I think we're live. Okay, right on time. There we go, everybody. Hello and welcome aboard. Good Thanksgiving Eve to Thanksgiving tomorrow. I hope everybody is having a wonderful Thanksgiving week, a wonderful month. Hope you guys are doing well out there. It is your host and conductor of this wild ride, Demetrius Villa. Welcome aboard. Yeah, so gather on in. I'm going to try to go as quick as I can through just a little bit, a tad bit of a little primer of articles. Just to let everybody come on in and jump into here. Let me go over here. Let's see. Shouldn't be too crowded today. Should be good. Alrighty, we have A2R Gaming, Starforce 9740. Hello, David Jackson. Alrighty, we are ready indeed. Okay, let me go ahead and make sure that we have the chat also up on the side over here. Let's just make sure we got that going. But yeah, I hope you guys are doing well. A lot of the country is starting to get pelted by snow this week. And of course, this happens every single year. It's massive amounts of demand, It's record year of travelers. Oh, what are we gonna? There's massive delays going on. What are we gonna do? The worst time of the year to travel. Come on, we know the solution to this already. We know what's the solution to this, guys. What's the solution? It's come on, we know it. It's more trains, And the nice thing about more trains is that there's more demand for trains in the United States. There's more demand for passenger rail because Amtrak has, as of the numbers coming out, closing the fiscal year, record ridership and revenue. That is 2 years in a row for Amtrak. So let's give a round of applause. Let me go ahead and make sure I got that going. There we go. Yeah. Track did it. Yet again. There we go. So yeah, this is just more of what we've been saying, is that there's going to be more demand for passenger rail in general, especially after everything that we've gone through in the last several decades. So we can go back to several decades, but even now in the last couple of years, everybody is so pissed off of getting on flights. It's such a terrible experience to go on a flight. You have to get ready to go to the airport. Most of the time, you have to go up at ass o'clock in the morning to go ahead, get on a flight, to get patted down by the TSA, which most of them are rude anyway, and then they have a 97% failure rate of finding anything. I mean, I don't know how many times I've seen people who have gone in one way through one TSA with a nail clipper, and then get caught on the other end coming back with a nail clipper, because that's actually something that happened. I mean, it's happened to me. It's happened to other people. It's ridiculous. They can't even, and then they make a whole big deal about it, and then they help make a big show. He's got a nail clipper, sir. Sir, you have to stand up and side of the line, please. We have to pat you down fully and completely. You could be a terrorist. You could be a terrorist with a nail clipper. Yeah. Okay. Sure. I mean, look. Really, do I need a nail clipper? I mean, you could probably do. I could be like John Wick. I could do more damage with this pen. Do more damage with that. It's security theater. Obvious security theater. I know that phrase gets pushed around so much, but with Amtrak, you don't have to deal with that. You don't have to deal with the silly baggage policies. You can bring. I mean, they do have baggage policies on Amtrak, and look, they were pretty relaxed at one point. You could imagine, especially somebody like my mother, who loves to pack a lot. She is not a light traveler. I mean, it is a whole entourage with her. I love her, but oh, wow. I mean, I still have pictures of that. I don't have them easily available for you guys to see, but it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, like 8 luggages. We were taking, but I mean, hey, we got to carry a whole medicine cabinet around. So I mean, just in case somebody gets sick. But hey, it does work out in the end. But it was such a joy to go on Amtrak because you didn't have to worry about that. There was no rush to the airport. Once we got to the station, we were all good. We were all relaxed, and then it was just about getting onto the train. and getting ready to go ahead, either whether it was for Thanksgiving or whether it was for Christmas, to go ahead and see the family. It was a joyful time. It was nice. It was peaceful. For the most part, Amtrak has had its silliness. Let's be real. I mean, with the delays and everything else, a lot of it, yeah, sure, it's not Amtrak's fault. We get it, but the demand there for rail travel is still a real thing. Anything to be thankful for. Speaking of talking about rail travel and stuff like that, finally last weekend I was able to find my books that have been locked away for 5 years in a storage unit after moving from Columbus. I finally found like some of the books I was looking for, like this one, Economics and Politics of High-Speed Rail, and basically, honestly, why it works. And look, there's a whole bunch of stuff and notes and stuff that I took in this book. But one thing, and why the airlines absolutely do not want high-speed rail and will lobby to death to make sure that we don't have this sort of stuff in this country is because of this graph. The market share in Japan of where high-speed rail dominates over every other line of travel, every other mode of travel versus this is airlines. Sorry, but look at that. From 227 miles, 100%. No doubt. It starts to go ahead at about 50% at about 580 miles. Now, 580 miles. It's something I wouldn't want to drive 580 miles. But let's be real. Let me see if I can find where is that. Where is it? Where is by the way, this is cool if you guys haven't seen this. I'll get the actual picture here. But I'm trying to find that because there was a debate. I wouldn't say debate, but everybody was in agreement on X in the last week about putting, and we've done this before. We've put in superimposed different countries in Europe, like we did with Spain. We put Spain superimposed onto the Midwest, and it makes perfect sense. It's like you can see there. Well, there you go. But look at this. Here we are. There we go. And we'll try to make this quick. Now everybody's filling into the audience over here. This is good. Okay. So, yeah, France has 2,185 miles of high-speed rail, by the way. So there you go. That's France and Texas. There you are. And we can go ahead and do the exercise. What's the population of... heck, I can just ask Grok. Why not? Why don't we just ask Grok over here? Let's be silly and low IQ. Let's go ahead and ask Grok. What is the population of Texas versus France? So I don't have to go ahead and make another tab while we go ahead and look at this. I should have put a question mark. Anyway, point is, funniest ways to break the myth of high-speed rail won't work in America because America is not France. America is not Spain. America is not Germany. We're not that. We're not doing that. Just insert a European country onto the American state or region. Like I said, we've given Spain on the Midwest a try. Let's go ahead. What's the website? Let's see. Map superimpose. Let me see if I can find country. Let's see if I can find what the website is because I can barely remember the name. True Size. There we are. True Size. Let's see. But yeah, this sort of thing. And I mean, I have a whole bunch of books over here. I mean, not just train books. I mean, I have like at least 10 different Tom Clancy books. But this one is my favorite one. This is a big boy, Without Remorse. I saw the trailer of the whatever Amazon's version of it. Of course, it was an Amazon Netflix. I wasn't gonna watch that. I'm like, no, this already looks bad. Let's see what else. Oh, by the way, my favorite president. Here you go. American Lion. There you are. We're waiting for that to load. This is a good book, by the way. And it's Andrew Jackson. Probably by far my favorite American president. Skunk Works. This is another book I was talking about recently. This is when America used to really build stuff. I mean, how quickly we can be able to build new tech, which is now, it's crazy now that we're still using. This is basically the height of 1960s, 1970s tech. Okay? Made by a couple white dudes with pen protectors. Okay? And we can't make anything close to this. I mean, maybe Palmer Luckey. That's about it. Again, well, white guy with a Hawaiian shirt on and flip flops. So I guess I guess that's the pattern. Here's a good one. Race Underground. The rivalry between New York and Boston on building the subway and the it's a good book. Move. This is a little bit. I mean, not a lot of these books now are like 10 years old now. These were the things at the time. Move. Putting America's infrastructure back in the lead. Still relevant. Good book. Let's see. Solutionary Rail by Bill Moyer. Okay, we've had him on the channel. We talked about this book. This is a good one. And I think some of the solutions in here still hold up. Particularly electrifying and using some sort of localized rail system to go ahead and take off more trucks off the road, which is obviously now at this rate, it's now a danger to be driving on the roads. Nobody wants to be doing it. It is a nice one. This is good for a coffee table. Trains. There we are. Trains. Illustrated history of steam locomotives to high-speed rail. And this is some like beautiful stuff in this book. I mean, look at this. Here we are. We're just putzing around today, guys, and then we'll go ahead and open up the audience. Like I said, it's the lounge. We're not going to be going into too many articles. I know there's some really bad news going on today, and maybe if you want to talk about that, sure, but we'll leave it up to you guys. We'll open up the phone lines. I keep saying phone lines like this is some old school talk radio. Too much talk radio. You can blame my dad. Listen to too much talk radio on the way to school as a kid. But there we go. Fast Trains. This is a classic. America's High-Speed Future. Definitely, a lot of these books do need some updating, but still relevant. Probably one of my favorites is Last Train to Paradise. This was the book that convinced Wes Edens of Fortress Investments to go ahead and push forward with Brightline. This was the book by Les Standiford. Last Train to Paradise is about Flagler building the Florida East Coast down to Key West. Amazing book. Again, this is like stuff we built this in America. This is stuff that we were able to build in America, and we just can't happen to build. By the way, this is the bookmark I was using over here. Remember this? It's 10 years. 10 years ago, almost. October 30th. I think it's 2015. There you go. Look at that. American Trade. This is when we had our debut of the documentary. Still a good documentary, by the way. There you go. Oh, we got a business card of a VP from All Aboard Florida. I'll just show it real quick. It's low. I don't want to dox anybody, but there you go. Some other cool things. I have at least 150 books that I have to put, but some really cool ones. This one's nice to just go ahead, pick a random battle in history and learn about it. It's like a really quick, concise way to learn about battles. Like, I just looked up, okay, Battle of Lepanto or whatever. Or, okay, Battle of Madrid, Spanish Civil War, Nationalist Victory. I just picked that up. Sorry, that just happened. Yep, Nationalist Victory. You never know, guys. You gotta learn through history. It's like this is kind of where we're headed toward. Really cool one, Beowulf. There you go, and not just any old copy of Beowulf, but Beowulf with the Old English on the side over here. There you are. You really to really top it off, you need to start also drinking raw milk as you're reading Beowulf, and you have to read the Old English version, okay? And then you will open up the portal to Agartha. There you go, guys. So, alrighty, that was a little bit of book collection. I hope you enjoy that. So yeah, you can, guys, I am not stupid. I'm stupid. There we go. Alrighty, true size, but there you go. You don't have to compare the United States to Europe, but we can compare. Wait, let's see if you can. Oh, let me move this screen instead. There you go. There you go. Oh, there's some places over here that you can fit it, but let's go ahead. Let's zoom in. Let's zoom into the best region of the United States, the Midwest. Arguably the best. I mean, look, the prettiest for sure. All right, Pacific Coast. You got everybody beat in the absolute beauty and splendor of what you guys have. Okay, Florida. Let's go. I would say Florida. Look, Florida is pretty, but I mean, like, man. The amount of like changes you go through on the West Coast is absolutely nuts. But the heart of the country, the industrial heart of the country is the Midwest. But again, let's go ahead, take Spain. There you go. Let's do this over again. There we go. Let's take Spain. Speaking of nationalist victory, there you go. Look at that. Let's get in as many major cities as possible. There we go. There's Milwaukee, Chicago, Detroit. I can get in Cleveland over here too. I can get in Indianapolis. I can get Cincinnati, Louisville. Yeah, there you go. Done. Let's kind of meet me in St. Louis right there. There you go. Done. That's the lower Midwest. Population, Spain, 48.6 million. And we did this before. I don't have to ask Rock what the population of the Midwest is. Most of this area, the Midwest over here, we're talking about a population of about the same. We're talking about 50 million, especially when you count in Chicago, Milwaukee, St. Louis, Cleveland, Columbus, Cincinnati, Detroit. I mean, Detroit, yeah, maybe not too much. Definitely Chicago. Indianapolis is not too populous. Okay, let's be real. But the traffic over here is starting to get absolutely insane for what it is. It's ridiculous. Louisville's got a good substantial population as well. I mean, heck, you can go ahead and put it over here to Minneapolis. There you go, Detroit. There you go. Guys, this is just something that's common sense that we should be building in this country. Okay, but going back to Amtrak, I know that was talking about getting sidetracked over there. But here we are. The company provided 34.5 million customer trips during fiscal year 2025. 5.1 increase over fiscal year 24 and increased network capacity of 4.3. Amtrak also saw 2.7 billion in adjusted ticket revenue, which was 10.4% higher year over year. According to Amtrak, it saw 3.9 billion in total operating revenue, includes payments from state partners for state-supported routes, a 9.1% increase over fiscal year 24. The company also saw unaudited adjusted operating earnings improve by 15.1%. So is it operating at a everybody says, well, is it operating at a profit? It almost did. It was on track to in 2020 until the coup came over and ruined everything. But yeah, look at that customer on-time performance. Northeast regional trains. Definitely, if you split Amtrak into different regions, you're definitely going to see certain places making an absolute killing over others. The Northeast Corridor is definitely the number one Amtrak region. Northeast Regional reached their highest on-time performance in recent years this September. According to the company, surpassed system-wide service, customer service goals, historical bests in Wi-Fi, food and beverage, train status, communication, station signage. Amtrak says new car wash facilities in Seattle, Boston, New Orleans, and Chicago boosted cleanliness while faster terminal turn times, improved communication, and enhanced the travel experience. The company achieved 87% completion for the Superliner refreshing program. That's nice. New services, capital investments, 5.5 billion in capital investments. Look, let's be honest. That's kind of paltry. We need more investment for Amtrak. That's something that obviously. This is something that they give away over to whoever was on that time. I'm not going to say his or her name. Probably a she. You never know these days. But let's be real. Saying that it's good business to give money into a war. No, it's not. A war is something that you have to do when there's no other way out. It's not business. It's war. You cannot, don't be conflating and mixing in the two. It's not good when you mix in war and business. But look at that, 5.5 billion. If we could only spend what we spend on other countries into our own, imagine how much better things could be. You can only imagine. Imagine how great things could be. Just gotta just gotta flick that fix everything switch. We could just do it. But man. Plus progress on major bridge, tunnel, and station projects like the Porter North Bridge, the William H. Gray 30th Street Station. Man, that's a tongue twister. William H. Gray III 30th Street Station in Philadelphia. Okay, not too much of a tongue twister. There we are. The Hudson Yards, Sawtooth Bridges, Susquehanna River Bridge. That one's one that really needs. Man, oh man, that is one that really needs some help. Oh boy, and the BMP tunnel replacement project. That's definitely one that seriously needs help. I mean, we're talking about the 1860s. The 1860s when that was first laid down. We are definitely living on the bones of a better country. We did it before. We can do it again. I mean, look at that. This is the country that had people that just said, yeah, let's build a railroad over the sea. Let's build a giant bridge that nobody has built before, the largest bridge of its kind ever in history at that point. And yeah, just have a train to Key West. Because why not? That's the type of country we were before. Okay? We built the Empire State Building within, what, 12, 13 months? We saw last week. This is we can do it. This country has the ability to do stuff. Okay? It's about fixing the regulations, it's lopsided regulations. Again, to go ahead and build an AI data center, it's done. You're gonna chimp out in front of the commissioner meetings, and everybody there, the whole town can be saying no, but the commissioners are gonna be like the same frumpy, ugly phenotype of commissioners. It's like no matter where you go, it's like the kind of like the same sort of like character that will be like a local town commission. Well, we have to approve. All in favor of approving, say aye. The commission has settled. It's the same thing every single time. Everybody there says no, and they're gonna still do it anyway. I mean, look, it's one place in Indiana was able to stop it. The other another place wasn't. This is all over the country. But when to go and build, let's say, well, the nuclear power that needs it. Okay, it used to be able to be up and running with a nuclear power station, within not even 3 years. Now, because of all the regulations that they put into, because it used to be just a handful of regulations, now there's thousands of safety regulations. If you mess up one thing during construction, you have to do the whole entire thing all over again. There's multiple videos on that talking about that. One of them, I think, is called Vanishing Pipe or something like that, the lie about nuclear energy. That's a good one that came out months ago. But still, this is something like in this country, if the regulations were reversed, that to build a small business didn't have to take mountains of paperwork. To go ahead and build much needed infrastructure didn't have to take an EIS study, 3 years of studies or whatever else that needs to be done. If this country could only just build the stuff that needs to do quickly, rather quickly, we can do so much in this country. We can. And Amtrak is definitely this is just proving what we said before. It's just proving what we said. But anyway, guys, alrighty. Just some real quick things, and then we're just gonna open up Discord, and we can all talk. Well, we shared this last week, but I know the fall foliage has gone and withered away. But for next year, you can go ahead and plan out 12 of the most beautiful train rides for fall foliage views. Most of them in America, some in Europe. There you go. Amtrak's Empire Builder. So the one that we have on the thumbnail is the Adirondacks. That's a really nice one. Cuyahoga Valley, Ohio. The Agawa in Canada. The maybe 51st state. I don't want them as a 51st state. No. If you actually look into American and Canadian history, there's a lot of bad blood in between the two countries. Let's be honest. The only time that we really became friends is really during maybe around World War I, maybe around the 20th century. Canada and the United States hasn't really been friendly. Look, a lot friendlier than the neighbor down south. Let's be real. Okay, we didn't have to go into Ottawa, into the capital, and demand seizure and pay for several of their states. We didn't have to do that. Canada. We just made, a treaty is like this. This is your parallel. This is your line. And this is mine. And after a point, things started to settle. But anyway, there you are. Scotland, Virginia. I'm trying not to say something that will get this channel's shut down. And this is Italian. I should be able to. I said it last week. Vigezina, Cento Valley Railway in Italy, in Switzerland. There you go. There you are, the Adirondacks. That's the one I was talking about. There you are, the Adirondack in upstate New York. Beautiful place, by the way. Beautiful place. Definitely got to go ahead and take trips around again at some point. But yeah, guys. Speaking of nuclear power, there you are. Here's a meme. Look what they need to mimic a fraction of our power. I still haven't seen the newest season yet. I still have to catch up with Invincible. Alrighty, guys, let's open you guys up. Let's go. let's go ahead, open up the chat. Let's have fun. If you got articles, if you just want to talk or whatever, this is the chill stream. This is the chill stream. All right, everybody else doing good. Yep, Brian Rock, real fan. I hope you guys are having a wonderful week. Hope you guys have some nice plans. Don't be traveling too much, or I hope you have already traveled into wherever you are. Hope you guys are having a good time. Alrighty.
Oh, good evening.
There we go. Hello, everybody.
Let it snow. Let it snow.
No, we don't have snow, so you can't sing that around here.
Sometimes they don't have snow.
We got a snowstorm coming here after Thanksgiving, which will be in July.
Yeah, we are going to have snow and ice come Saturday and Friday.
Yeah, so I would like to explain the two pictures that I added to the chat recently of the it has a whole timeline. Basically, is if the Transcontinental Railroad was built in 2019. It's quite an interesting article by Trains Magazine. But basically, it's like, oh yeah, so what if Trump proposed the Transcontinental Railroad in, over 150 years after it was built?
All right.
And it's a pretty interesting little thing that it says it goes all the way down into the 2070s. It's how long a modern article, like how long it would take for a modern railroad to complete its thing.
Okay, where's the link to this? Because this is already looking absolutely just hilarious right now.
Let me share it super quick.
Okay,
it's definitely something.
Accurate.
I got the Trains article, I think I was. I was on a magazine from 2019 when they were celebrating the 150th. But yes, it is definitely it's definitely something.
Yeah, this is something we're talking about. Awesome. This is great. Clear track speed. Thank you. Alrighty. Hope you're doing well too, man. It's been a bit.
Yes, of course. I'm actually work for the railroads.
I know, man.
It's been very busy. And you know what? I just got my time off, so I'm gonna enjoy my very happy Thanksgiving with all you wonderful folks. And yes, I hope you all have a happy Thanksgiving as well.
Oh, that's nice. God bless you, man. Keep on doing the good work you're doing. Okay, let's read. Yeah, let's read this that Clear Track Speed has shared with us. If a transcontinental railroad were built today, I can already tell this is gonna be absolutely hilarious. So yeah, back in a country where we used to be able to build things. This is the problem with us. So let's see what happens if we built a transcontinental railroad today. So January 1st, 2019, Trump proposes transcontinental railroad. January 2nd, 2019, federal court enjoins railroad plan. December 12th, 2022, Supreme Court okays the new railroad. 2023, environmental study will take 10 years. 2033, environmental study raises emissions concern. August 1st, 2033, EPA moves against rail line citing emissions. February 13th, 2040, President proposes electrification of new railroad. 2044, electrification financing collapses. 2054, GOP Congress, no federal money for new rail line. I don't even know if we'll even have money at that point in 2054 at this rate. March 2nd, 2056, Democrat Congress, no federal money for new rail line. August 17th, 2060, President Jenna Bush. Oh dear God, no. That is one dynasty that I hope will never ever take power ever again. Declares new railroad dead. 2062, China will finance transcontinental railroad. That may be something that could be happening at this rate. 2064, railroad groundbreaking. May 1st, 2065, EPA sues to stop construction. October 31st, 2066, Congress abolishes the EPA. Does it have to take until 2066 to do that, really? Can we have that, I don't know, maybe in 2026? Can we? November 1st.
They won't do that.
I know. Yeah. November 1st, 2066, construction resumes. November 2nd, 2067, Sierra Club sues to stop new rail line. That's something we could I could imagine happening. July 24th, 2068, Sierra Club settlement truncates railroad at Reno, Nevada. Oh man, they didn't get anywhere. Reno's a nice place though, but I mean that's still nowhere. June 10th, 2071, Bald Eagle Nest stops construction. April 20th, 2074, Eagle Nest mysteriously destroyed by fire. February 20th, oh, this is going to get right. 2075, last interstate highway crumbles. May 8th, 2076, Transcontinental Railroad completed in Utah. There you go. Only took 50 years to get going. Oh man, but yeah.
Yes, I knew you would enjoy that article,
man.
so I was like, you know what?
You
I
better
remember
post that-
something around that.
Oh,
Post that link in all your socials now.
I am.
Of course.
I'm gonna post that right now on X. But yeah, this is oh man.
Yes.
What
and of course,
country we are living
Just
in.
imagine. Just imagine where our rail network and transit network would be today if we had the construction speed of the 1800s, 1900s today.
If we
would
had
have
that,
stuff built. We would have
if we
California
had that
high-speed
when they
rail.
originally,
We would have a lot of other stuff built.
well, if they did that when they originally proposed the California high-speed rail back in '96, they would have had it built out before 2010. Not just the original line from San Francisco to LA, but they would have already got the spur down to Sacramento and to San Diego by then. And they would have been expanding up from Sacramento all the way up through the Cascades, all the way up to Seattle and beyond.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's something that we can obviously
Another article.
do. Here's something real quick. China has a standard viaduct designed for high-speed rail and spams it. The U.S. lets every local jurisdiction have an individualized conniption. Palo Alto boomers are literally designing the route. Results: every road crossing costs $1 billion. Yeah, this is where you get reduced costs when you start to figure out how things to just do it, and then they can just do this precast span method, which that makes things easier. You could just manufacture the railroad in one place, and all you have to do is really just transport it there and assemble it there like Lego blocks. That's how you reduce cost and build and increase speed really quickly.
And you want to have an even greater epiphany. If you look really close, that's not one section. That's multiple sections that are combined together and combined with essentially a long steel beam that is bolted on both ends to make the longer section. So it goes on for maybe 3 to 4 meters, but if you stack 10 of them together, all of a sudden you've got a pretty long span.
Hey guys, I just got done with work.
Yeah, that's a good good point.
Hey,
Good point, Minor Tree. Hey, David, how's it going?
Good, just got back from vacation.
I was just about to ask, how was Savannah?
Good, like let me show you the photo. Like tier 1 of me and Val.
Alrighty, there you are. You don't mind if we share them here, right?
Yeah. Also,
Okay.
here another one.
What is it? Are these like the Joker stairs of Savannah or something? Where is this?
Yep.
That's funny. All right, there's David and his wife, guys. There you go. Oh, is this the museum? Nice.
Also, I got the cool stuff to show you. Do you see the trolley I just sent you?
There you go. Let me see that. There you go. Alrighty, explain the trolley.
You see
David.
that?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Guess that trolley is not from the U.S. Guess where it's from? Guess what country?
I'm gonna guess Belgium.
Nope. I'm going to give you a hint.
Alrighty.
Hello, mate. You heard what I just said? I said hello, mate.
Australia.
I did. Yep. That trolley
Land
is
from down
Australia.
under.
I go down the land down under.
I gotta see if I can find that soundboard.
Yeah, but this trolley was from
Thunder.
Australia. Also, have you seen the new 7076 locomotives that have been popping up?
I have not.
I saw
Wait,
one
which
for the Genesee of Wyoming.
Genesee and Wyoming cooked this time.
Yeah, I mean, actually,
The
I was
second
showing that. Hold on, here we are. There's going to be a lot of cool
And Union Pacific is going to take 4014 across the United States of America.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of beautiful new paint schemes for next year for 250
Also,
years of this country. It's gonna be
Also-
really insane. Look at that.
By the way,
That is beautiful.
our state fair is going to be crazy this year because they're
Also,
combining the
another-
250th anniversary with our local state fair. So,
Oh man,
Oh,
that's gonna be
done
crazy.
Also, another railroad up in, Massachusetts, right near Boston, on their short line, they came out with an, heritage unit of their own. I sent the link of that too.
Let's go ahead and see that link. Where's that?
In a YouTube post. I posted it around 5:45 p.m.
Okay, wait, you posted
Today.
it on YouTube or on the? Because I'm trying to look on the Discord here.
on a live chat.
Wait, which? Okay, David, is it on the live chat here on Discord so we can get to it, or which live chat?
Live chat here on Discord.
Okay, I'm trying to find. Let me see if I can scroll up here and find it. So, alrighty, give me just a bit. Alrighty. In the meantime, guys, yeah, let me look at this. Getting ready for the season. Here's CSX with their Santa train. This is a beautiful little heartwarming thing. Here we are.
All right, you found it?
I'm looking for it, David.
Oh, by the way, some
the
happy
Santa
news.
train.
Yeah, this sleepy
Hey.
Santa train actually has Smash Mouth waiting.
All right, I just reposted it.
Hey, Demetrius, are you guys getting snow in Indiana?
Yeah, we're getting snow this upcoming weekend.
Oh, lucky.
Oh,
Dimitri, I
don't
just
say lucky,
reposted
my
it.
Yeah,
friend.
all right, appreciate it,
You
David.
don't have to shovel it out. It's
Yeah,
a joy.
yeah. But
I mean, I don't mind shoveling it out. The landlords over here don't know what to do when it snows, and then I'm the one there outside with a jacket and a cowboy hat. It's the best way, honestly, to keep snow off. Not joking. I am here with this hat. Going ahead. Speaking of Outback, which is talking about Australia a little bit earlier. Yeah, this is like the
I
best hat
come
to
to
go out.
land down under.
Land down under. You go out here with this. You start going ahead and picking up snow. Then the new arrivals to Indiana that have not seen snow, or let's be honest, lack the common sense of what to do in the snow, and they all have all-wheel drive vehicles and then can't get themselves out of there. And then I'm the one coming in and trying to dig them out and helping them out. Look, and I get it. I understand. Dealing with the
That's
snow.
when
and
you
all.
get the snow blower and you just go down the street and you snow blow people's driveways.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't have the coin to afford a snowblower, and I don't know how much longer. Time is ticking here in Indiana, and life is going by. Family is growing, so at some point, I have to get back to Florida. Everybody keeps saying, "I'll come back to Florida." It's like, oh well, I guess I won't have to shovel snow down there. But I mean, I love the snow. It's just fun. Look at this.
Well, if you're shoveling snow down in Florida, you can blame it on global cooling.
Yeah, at that point, that'd be something weird.
I know. Oh, yes, the Earth is going to get warmer. Oh, actually, sorry, the Earth is getting colder. Wait, didn't you guys just say?
Yeah,
It's getting-
well,
you said it's getting both warmer and colder.
Oh
and
man,
you're right on both
that's a
of them.
funny one.
look at the little meme I just sent. Look
Forget
at the little
dog,
meme.
beware of wife. I gotta find out.
About this.
yeah, Demetrius. When you were showing off your book collection earlier, you said that at 50% airline, 50% trains was at about 580 miles.
Yeah,
that's about.
Yeah, that's about according to the study that they did there in that book, and that was, I think, that published in 2014. So give or take, it's about the same.
All right. Can we just well, let's round it up to 600. Would that be fair?
Yeah, let's round it up to 600.
So I would like you to do something. Go on to your favorite browser map thing, and then select just pick a downtown of the city of your choice.
All right.
I chose Washington D.C. And you know what's about 600 miles away to the west?
Let's go ahead and
Downtown Chicago.
put up maps. Ooh. There we are. Okay. So let's bring up maps over here so everybody can be able to see what Minor Tree is talking about. Alrighty, let's see.
I chose Washington D.C. at the main train station there, and then if I went west and about 600 miles, just a little bit under, when rounding, you get to downtown Chicago. So you can go and pick a city, any city,
But let's
and then find out.
Let me see if I can
And then just find out everything.
All right. So for everybody's context, what Minor Tree is talking about, for those of you who are just joining, welcome aboard because we've got some new viewers. Heartless Fiend, good evening. Adam Bussier. All righty. So what we were talking about earlier is that at about 580 miles, and for just for simplicity's sake, we're going to go ahead and round it up to 600 like Minor Tree is saying. Okay? So this is about where the market share for high-speed rail levels out with the airlines, and that's in Japan. Okay, but let's say if we were to have, let's say if Magical Gnomes, like we say every single time, let's say if Magical Gnomes overnight were to build high-speed rail between, let's say, Washington D.C. Okay, and let's then, by the way, some terrible news out of Washington D.C. I'm trying not to mention it, but
let's not talk about it.
Yeah, let's try to keep it.
I'm just saying.
Won't talk about it.
I'm just saying, yeah, I mean, it wasn't the mafia. It wasn't the mafia. I'll just say that.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
So,
Oh,
there we are. It's about, 700 miles or so. All right. Let's say give or take. But
It's 600 miles straight there.
600 miles straight. Okay. Let's say straight away, let's say if we were to get to even to 650, we're talking about what? A 45% share. Market share between let's say high-speed rail and flying. Okay, and we're talking about, you have to pay 2 hours, and we talked about this before. A 2-hour flight does not mean it's a 2-hour flight. Okay, a 2-hour flight turns into a 6-hour ordeal. Or you can basically go there and be there within more or less the same amount of time, 6.5 hours or so, give or take. Even 7 hours. I mean, still, for probably about the same price, if not cheaper. And way more convenient.
Not only that, because the high-speed train station will more likely have a certain platform set aside for like regional trains. You can basically transfer to a regional train and get to at least within a 20-30 minute walk of your in destination.
Yeah. So you're going to O'Hare. I mean, yeah, you can take the train into Chicago, but I mean, like it is a nightmare driving anywhere on the I-90 or 90. I mean, it is an absolute. Speaking of nightmare places to drive.
Yeah, and that's assuming just those two locations. But
Yeah.
like I said before we did that, it's like pick a city, any city. Now try to find another city within 600 miles.
All right, let's go ahead and say Detroit to Cincinnati. I'm feeling a little spicy today. Let's go Detroit, and let's say Cincinnati. I want to get some chili, some Skyline chili.
Dimitri, honestly, I want to talk about it real quick. You know the YouTuber It History?
Yeah.
He already talking about California high-speed rail being abandoned. It had not even been abandoned.
At this point, it might as well look. I mean, it's really
the problem is that
it's
the
really
problem
bad
is that
what's
they
going
did
on.
not lay any tracks after they finished it. They
I
didn't lay
know.
tracks. They didn't do any of the finishing work to even run a somewhat temporary service to give people an idea of what it will look like. Instead, they're just leaving all these things standing with nothing there.
I know.
They've got they're doing dirt work and getting the path laid out, but their counties are filing lawsuits. Cities are filing lawsuits.
I
That
know,
project
but
will be shut down and abandoned, and to save their money, the viaducts will be sold off or torn down.
to be honest, on it in history, like, let me be honest, that video he made, it kind of dumb because I watched it and I busted out laughing saying, this video is misleading, you know?
I don't look, I don't think it's going to be abandoned, but it's going to turn into a very ugly fight over what it means to be building in this country. Here's an X thread, some more self-promotion over here. It's our club, guys, so it's that's what we're doing. But here's the first thread that we put out. Talking about California high-speed rail and some of the things that we've talked about. While we're not shocked that Baltimore's Key Bridge jumped from $1.7 billion to $5 billion last week. Yeah, that's another thing. This whole country is cooked, man. I mean, it is so cooked how bad it is to build anything. How about that time California audited their own high-speed rail and found out they eerily spent $666 million on consultants. And then we're missing documentation. Wait, it gets worse, guys. They were missing documentation for 80% of those deliverables. I mean, what in tarnation is going on? Or remember the time they jumped the gun to begin construction without acquiring all the land yet, so they didn't even get done what they needed to be doing correctly. Still losing the same federal funding because it's taken 4 presidential administrations to continue spewing concrete in the middle of the valley. Yeah, the $2.6 billion in federal grant funds. This was an audit back in 2018. I mean, this is insane. Quick tip to make $1.2 million. Contract for California high-speed rail. Do nothing. Profit. There you go. An internal audit that the authority issued in 2017. Again, the authority themselves identified that it had paid more than $1.2 million in question and disallowed costs to one of its contractors. Costs that were either not supported or were not in compliance with requirements. They probably don't have the documents for it. They don't know what the hell it was. It's like, yeah, we paid it. I don't know what it's for. Again, no consequences, no changes. This is just, all in all, they just keep doing. It's like, okay, so you spent that? Yeah. Or what did you do? I don't know. Just let the money go, I guess. Yeah. But there you go. You can read it right over there. The California High-Speed Rail Authority. Its flawed decision-making and poor contract management have contributed to billions in cost overruns and delays in the system's construction. So California has no one else to blame but themselves. Speaking, here's a silly, very bad grok. I try to say let's make like a retro like Y2K looking like California should have already had high-speed rail already in the 2000s. That
should have.
It should have. That's what it is. Okay, we're being led by people who have failed upwards, that are just constantly parasiting off the billions of dollars that are just flying around everywhere. So then we're left with this mediocre management class that has to keep feeding itself. It's like a very bad Ouroboros. It insists upon itself. It's the Family Guy meme. It insists upon itself. And it'll never think to do or build great things. It doesn't want to. It cannot function like that. Because mediocrity and midwittery cannot function on magnanimity. It needs crappy silliness to continue to keep it going on. And it's sad. We should have high-speed rail between San Diego and Humboldt County, all the way up and down. It is not hard to do. This is not hard. This has been done multiple times. You can literally go ahead and manufacture high-speed rail. This is something you can build a mile a day. And literally, China has been building a mile a day. South Korea was able to build a mile a day. At some rates. Japan can build a mile a day. Every other country can go ahead and build at ridiculous breakneck speeds, but California can barely get the Central Valley, the easiest place to build in California. It's a valley. There's no mountains.
Demetrius, you have to remember when they were making the Transcontinental Railway in the 1860s, at one point they reached 14 miles of track laid in a single day.
Yeah, that's
they were averaging anywhere from 8 to 10 miles a day on average.
Yeah, this country has gone backwards. We did so much better. Again, it has less to do with the technology. It has to do with who's in charge and what this country's makeup is, because it's obvious even being the same sort of people, it's like we're not even the same people. Like from one generation to the next, it's like what the hell happened? What happened to this country?
Big automotive, and the airline. They figured out how to play the system. They figured out how to leech into everything, where they can get their way. Like they realized back in the 50s. Like I always say this, big automotive in the 50s and the airline figured out, if we turn the government against rail in the country and make it seem socialist to support commuter rail or transit, we can screw over our competition and get all that money for ourselves. But we can convince the government to take money from the railroad and give it to our competition. To us, we are the competition at them for tax-free. We can also put a ton of restrictions and stuff to make it impossible to build new rail system. That way we can get away with it for tax-free. I nailed it on the dot, didn't I?
Yeah. No, it's bad, and this is every industry. I mean, here, look at this. Skunk Works manufacturing a Blackbird SR-71, one per month. Okay, and this is back in the 1970s. The 1970s.
But you forget one thing. You have to get the president to go to Congress, tell them we need you to write a blank check to Lockheed Martin. They have to go there and they have to ask for Lawrence Kelly Johnson's office. They hand him the blank check with the little paper clip to the requirements. He'll look at the requirements for like 5-10 seconds, look back, and it's like, come back in 6 to 12 months. And we'll have a working prototype for it.
I can't scream right now, but this is how I feel right now. It is. Oh man, man.
This country is dysfunctional.
Open America for years, my friend.
Hold on. Speaking of Brightline fan of the Dominican Republic, hold on. I was scrolling through X like 2 hours ago, and I found this over here. I mean, look, you guys are actually doing a heck of a lot better than most people would think you are. Here we go. Let's see. Haiti being next to the Dominican Republic. Here we go. There it is. Have really done some damage to the image of Dominicans. Maybe use Haitians to define the economic, historical, and racial makeup of Dominicans just because they border with Haiti. They don't believe this is the Dominican Republic. Look at this. This looks like, honestly, it kind of looks like Miami. Except they got functioning, some more functioning trains. It's not bad looking. It's pretty nice.
Brazil. Hold on, Demetrius. Brazil just opened up a new high-speed rail line. Also in Chile as well. In Chile.
Yeah, I know I joke about this country becoming Brazil, but it's becoming worse. And this is like Brazilification's like even like it's too nice for what's going on into the United States. This is Brazil is going to look better than the United States in 50 years. Look at the Dominican Republic.
Oh man,
the roads are better. Look at the roads in the Dominican Republic. I mean, looks better. It looks better than so many places here in the United States. I mean, hell, this is man. But it's
partially because they're using older cars that are smaller and lighter instead of the big ones we use right now.
Well, that's another thing I just noticed. Yeah, look at the cars that they're using over here. That it's not giant lifted. I mean, yeah, you got a Jeep over here, but it's like it's not every 5 cars is a giant lifted Chevy 2500 dually with a nice clean bed that has never touched dirt. Okay, but yeah, look, it's we can build this sort of stuff. We can have nice, cheap, small cars again. We can have a nice, functioning country again. But yeah, here we go. Brazil is advancing plans for its first high-speed line, the Rio Sao Paulo High-Speed Rail (TAV Brazil), which aims to connect Rio de Janeiro to Sao Paulo in a journey time of approximately 90 minutes. There you go. That's like saying San Diego to Los Angeles. And those two cities are pretty close enough apart, so yeah, you can do that.
But you can have really nice small cars that can drive around, or you can have a giant El Camino on monster tires.
Even saying an El Camino is still tiny compared to the absolute monstrosities that are roaming the roads over here. I mean, there you go, Sao Paulo to it's close enough. That's it. They have more sense than California. Okay, I don't want to hear from Gavin Newsom anymore.
But Sao Paulo's partway up the mountainside, so they have to gain massive elevation up from Rio de Janeiro. So there's no excuse of why you can't build a high-speed rail through flat fields.
Oh, I know.
If you say it's impossible, I'm going to tie you up, take you to the jail, and when I untie you, you get to break the rocks that's going to be used as ballast for the tracks.
You know what? I
Here's the thing you have to deal with.
Great.
I'm
They don't want to give up their land.
I'm seriously.
I'm gonna tell you
thinking that
something. I'm gonna tell you something as a guy who lives in the Midwest with a lot of farmland. Farmers do not want to give up their land. They make a lot of money off of every acre they owe. And they harvest.
Until Meta comes to town and then offers them millions of
Yeah,
dollars
until
within
Meta comes to town and uses a thing called domestic. I forget the name. That they'll
Eminent
take your
domain.
land without. What was it?
Eminent domain.
Yeah, eminent domain, and farmers hate it. There are plenty of trailers that will say "end eminent domain abuse," and it's like,
Oh yeah, I see it on the
Okay.
farms over here. There's a whole bunch of farms, and me and my wife, we've taken pictures of it, like, cause we're right by farmland.
Mhm.
I mean, what's here on this? What should have remained corn and soy fields. I get it. It's corn and soy. Get it? Yeah, two cash crops that are honestly not the healthiest cash crops to be doling out to
Well,
Americans.
there's
I get it,
crops.
but regardless, it's a lot easier to turn to turn back farmland back into forestry again. Imagine all these suburbs that are being built at breakneck speeds all over the place, that are going to have a whole bunch of pipes underneath them. They're going to have a whole bunch of rotting infrastructure because they're built really quickly. Imagine what happens when the population flips, re-urbanizes, and you're left with a whole bunch of empty houses again. It's going to be really hard to go ahead and reforest that, or turn that back into farmland. Okay, because the ground underneath is going to be completely ruined.
What you're going to have at Detroit 2.0. But also, Dimitri, I sent you a couple of funny train memes. Memes right here for us. Which are super fun.
Let me check that. But yeah, look, there's the whole notion that California thought it was so much easier to go ahead and build in the Central Valley rather than LA to San Diego. That's it. That should have been your phase one. Is LA to San Diego. That's it, and then go from there. At the very least, there's going to be a lot less tension back and forth within these areas. They're going to be way more receptive to having that there. Instead of in the Central Valley, which is, it's going to be more rural. It's going to be more Republican leaning there. Which honestly, at this point, it has nothing to do with this. At this point, it's much more of a generational divide of who supports high-speed rail and not, which is sad, and it shouldn't be happening. And but
it should not be.
Yeah, but the problem is, like, at the speed that they're building in the valley. This is not hard land to build on. There is not much here. It's a valley. There's two mountain ranges it's in between two mountain ranges, so it shouldn't be that hard. But Brazil can figure this out. That their first phase is going to be Rio to Sao Paulo.
That Brazil is getting high-speed rail before the U.S. It's just disgraceful. Like, I'm sorry, but I think it's time for us to, start getting rid of anybody who keep on sniffing cars and airplanes and say bye-bye.
Here's the thing.
I see. Planned opening 2032. I wouldn't be surprised. While originally planned, here's kind of where the Brazil thing comes into play. While originally planned to be operational by 2014 in time for the 20th FIFA World Cup, to be held in Brazil. Oh yes, never forget 7-1. We will never forget in our hearts 7-1. Man.
Yeah, we're never
man, we're never gonna let that go. At a cost of $9 billion. I mean, this is something. I wouldn't be surprised that Brazil gets their high-speed rail at the amount that Brazil and the amount of silliness that happens there politically. they'll have high speed rail before California.
What's the maximum speed gonna be for Rio Sao Paulo?
Let's see what they said in here. Reaching a maximum speed of 220 miles an hour. Again, that's what they're proposing. So, I mean, I'll see it when I'll believe it when I see it. And when it happens, it happens. But at this point, it's more real than what's going on in California. It's sad. It shouldn't be happening. And what the excuses that have piled on for 10 years at the California High Speed Rail Authority at this point is just it's just sad. It's very sad to see.
Here's the thing, Demetrius. The reason why California is very hard to build on is because of all these regulations. You have to go through building codes. You have to do an EIS study after EIS study. Man.
I get it, but California
the EIS
is
study to confirm the EIS study was done correctly.
Here's the thing. They're the state. They can bypass those studies or change the laws to go ahead and make themselves special and say, yeah, you know what, we're not going to do that study. We're just going to go ahead and build it. But they don't. It's obvious that this is becoming a money laundering scheme. And it's been obvious, and they've just basically admitted it back in 2018 that it's basically a whole entire PDF article. This is like becoming a 93 pages of how to do, massive money laundering.
Yeah, it feels like it too as well. Speaking of why they haven't built Los Angeles to San Diego is because San Diego votes Republican at the time they actually built this project. So they actually voted no. San Diego voted no, and the Berkeley and the county outside and the counties outside the Death Valley said yes. They all voted Democrat, and that San Diego voted Republican.
Yeah, okay. So
it's
still
politics.
I know, but still, you can still it's politics. They can still build it. But yeah, this is the timeline back in 2018. 2027 was supposed to be the potential start of high-speed rail operations between Madera and Bakersfield, separately between San Francisco and Gilroy. That's not happening. That's been pushed over to 2033, where it used to be the assumed completion of the Phase 1 system. This is like a powder keg that didn't need to happen.
It is.
And at this point, I mean, people can blame whatever they want. The Hyperloop didn't do anything to do high-speed rail. The Hyperloop was something that hit itself. The fault of why California does not have high-speed rail has to do with the state of California and the California High-Speed Rail Authority themselves. If they wanted to build it, it would have been built. It's obvious at this point, I think, to everybody, they don't want to build it. And that's extremely sad for a country. That's extremely sad for California.
I think what they're doing is they're using the project. They're using the project to get to. Hold on, dude. Hold on. They're using the project as a way to tax their citizens by saying, "Oh, it's going to this, it's going to this." It's not going to that. It's just going to their paycheck. They're using it as a way to make taxes increase.
To be honest, I think it's what's going on at the airlines in that area because let me be honest. I think it's the airlines that are behind it because who would lose the most money if they did complete it? Who would lose the most money if they completed the high-speed rail system in California? If you wanted to think about it, the one who would lose the most money in California, if this high-speed rail system was completed, would be Greyhound and the airline. They would lose a ton of money. It would be devastating over there. Think about it.
Yeah, but I don't think it's even the airlines. It's not like what happened in Texas where you had Southwest Airlines in the 1980s lobby against the Texas Triangle. This is California, and they didn't really have. It wasn't really that much vocal or even political legislative opposition from the airlines. This is just California shooting a shotgun on their whole leg. Forget their foot. They just took a 12 gauge to their kneecap, pulled the trigger, and then pulled it on the other kneecap, and say, "Why can't we build high speed rail?" Dude, this is like your own doing. That is your own doing. That is nobody else's fault. And for Gavin Newsom to go ahead and blame Trump and saying, "Oh, we can't get $2.4 billion," dude, you had 10 years to go ahead and build this. You had multiple governors. We went from Schwarzenegger, who signed the act. We went to Jerry Brown, governor again, who was governor before, decades before. Then we went to Newsom. 3 governorships, 4 different presidents. Well, one of them being the same guy, but things being what they were. But yeah, 4 different presidential administrations, 3 different governors, and the thing is still there. They don't want this built.
Dimitri, look, to make you feel better, look at the 2 memes I just sent in the live chat.
Yeah, we need memes. Okay, no more California. It's ticking me off, guys. No more California.
No more California.
Okay, no more. No more.
Oh,
I am done.
I mean,
Okay.
It's a little bit.
Yeah, I think you
interesting
skipped
with
my meme to
California.
start off the stream though, but that's okay.
Okay. No meme left behind. We have to fight the
I'm
memes
above
here
the-
so
I'm
they
above
don't come
one,
over. We have to fight them there so the memes don't come here. Alrighty. Here we are. Trump to
Oh,
execute
oh,
all
damn.
turkeys pardoned by Biden's auto pen.
Yep, I'm telling you, the
great.
Babylon Bee are truthsayers. They're just months ahead of schedule.
Oh man. That's a good one. Alrighty.
Hey,
Let's see what else over here. CPK KC Caliday Train. Let's see that. I always love seeing this. Look at this, guys. There we go.
By the way,
Okay.
I got the meme.
I posted
It's,
one too.
Yeah, I posted something about you.
Yeah. Let's put that full screen. Let that play while we go ahead and look at the memes over
Listen,
here.
I'm putting my bet that GTA 6 is gonna come before California High Speed Rail in 2077.
I'll bet. I'll
Mark my
bet.
words.
Yeah, I'll bet on it.
No, they'll have it. That's without a doubt. They'll get Grand Theft Auto 6. I don't think it's going to be another Cyberpunk 2077 fiasco. Do not buy the launch. Do not buy the launch. Do not pre-order. No pre-orders.
Do not pre-order anything.
No pre-order. Speaking of games, I will be doing the free trial of Battlefield 5 that they're sorry, Battlefield 6, not dear goodness, not Battlefield 5. Battlefield 6 I will be going ahead and try and get out this week.
Not to talk about
I
Battlefield
agree. I
5.
love it.
Yeah. Let's not. Yeah. But oh man, let's see.
Yeah,
Sherman
say,
Hill 64
Grant-
DS.
GTA 6 is gonna come before California High Speed Rail. I'm saying it.
All right,
Yeah.
Dimitri, did you read the Sermon Hill 64 BS meme?
Okay. Well, Canada does not have the Stanley Cup. Canada does not have the World Series trophy. They do have the Holiday Train though, so that's nice for them. There you go. That is Canada's consolation prize. There we go. That's a nice consolation prize, will I say? I got to mute it just in case because it's probably gonna we're probably gonna get copyright struck of whatever band is playing on, but that's still pretty cool. To be traveling around doing that, and it's nice. That's a nice thing to be having. You gotta love the Christmas season.
By the way-
The Christmas season, Canada. It's the Christmas train. Name it the Christmas train, okay? CSX can it's the Santa train, so you can call it the Christmas train, okay? Come on, Canada. Don't be afraid of Christmas. Don't be afraid of Christmas. Come on.
All right.
Anyway.
Okay.
Dimitri, we got the
Well,
American Heritage Railway Starter Pack. Look at it.
I'm gonna look at it right now if it can come up.
I mean,
There you go.
I think Florida got pretty smart about canceling high-speed rail for their state and just went on with Brightline. That's crazy.
I'll get to that, but share my opinion on it. But here we are. American Heritage Railway Starter Pack has at least one GP9 real build, at least one USRA light engine that isn't operating, but will be next season for the 10th season in a row. Deep-powered blue liners as coaches. In long drawn-out fight with a local city council, gets most income from storage of tank cars. Yeah, this is This is like almost every other train museum too. So, and like the biggest moneymaker every year is the Polar Express, which that's always fun to have, or whenever the Thomas train comes in.
Polar Express is always fun.
Yeah, they are fun. I do love going to train museums. I do have to work on that video though.
I like taking trains.
Yeah.
By the way,
Oh
Dimitri,
man.
can you write
Speaking of
more
trains,
for me?
We need the hold on. We need the where's the somebody posted this beam smoke alarm. Come on. Give me the
Hey, did you get mine? I posted one that talked about
there we
the
go.
highway.
That
I gotta add that on here. Putting fresh batteries in my
tomorrow.
food timer. Here we go. Alrighty. Woman brings home world's most effective adorable alarm clock. Okay, that's gonna be me and the wife. God willing in April.
Demetrius, did you get mine? Did you see mine, Demetrius?
All right, let me see. Here we are. Okay, I think you've shared this one before, but this is a funny one. Okay, bro, this is different highway expansion, bro. It's a new design. It will enhance mobility, bro. This will fix traffic. I swear, bro. Just one more lane, please. Just build it, bro. It has one boulevard, bro. There are managed lanes, please. Oh man, I hate the. Hold on, there was one monstrosity I saw on X that has to be shared. Of course, it's in Texas. Sorry, Minor Tree. It seems that all
the
the.
road makes sense. Don't know how.
Oh man.
I mentally can't figure out the confusion that they left with this maze.
Oh, tell me about it.
It's
Is the orange the access road? And the blue is just the interstate, and along with the yellow?
Of course. Yep.
Oh, it
Sounds
gets
like
worse. Here we
Utah
go.
Interstate to me.
This is what they're building here. Building light rail is wasteful, but Texas spending billions on widening more I-35 to 20 plus more lanes to downtown Austin is good. Can somebody please explain to me, what is the Texan obsession with having major roads also next to highways? It's like no matter where I go in Texas, this seems to be a thing. Because like most highways just have their own road. Okay, that's it, and you go in and off the highway. But then there's like a road that just follows along the highway that goes two lanes that go just one way, and then the other lanes that go another way, and they just follow along for almost forever. It's like you can go on the highway, you can go on this, which is more or less essentially the same thing except for stoplights. I don't get this. Why they do this? But oh man, this is absolutely just preposterous. This is nuts.
This I-35.
Dimitri, look at the meme I just sent you and use it for car lover. This is what we need to start doing to car lovers right here.
Let's see. What are we doing to Carla? Oh.
Oh, after
This is what journalists think Brightline does to the poor bystander taking a nap on a Miami Herald. Poor bystander taking a long needed nap on tracks gets assaulted by Brightline train. That's the Miami Herald right there.
But you get the meme, Dimitri.
Yeah, it's bad. Okay, let me see. This was posted by Adam Everywhere. New Jersey Transit will have extra bus rail service over Thanksgiving weekend. Yep, people. That's the best way to get people around.
How busy it's gonna be tomorrow.
Oh man, it is. I am glad that we are not going anywhere. We are keeping it nice and easy, and we are staying home. We have all the nice Thanksgiving, the turkey.
We got everything. We got everything we need.
I wanted to put it on the Weber kettle, but my wife said no. We're putting it in the oven. I am still in support of puting the turkey on the chicken. I did a chicken on the grill about like a month ago. Came out fantastic. It was obviously the best chicken I've ever had. And it didn't take too much effort to do. So, I mean, I figured the turkey would be the same. It's poultry, right? So it's not too hard. And all the videos I've seen online of cooking a turkey on a Weber grill is easy. But I guess it's going in the oven tomorrow. I'll enjoy a nice oven turkey. But anyway, I am glad that I am staying home tomorrow.
Are you gonna have a turkey fryer, or are you gonna put it in the oven?
All right, so yes, okay, I get it. A fryer is the best way. Deep frying is the best way to make a turkey. Got it.
Oh, that's traffic.
Yeah, but you missed one.
No.
Track.
You got smoke turkey. That's better.
Yeah, tell us the bush.
But you missed one of the memes.
Just because it's car traffic.
All right, hold on. We gotta start a poll. Hold on. Best way to make a turkey. I'm going to put a YouTube poll.
My dad smokes turkey.
Actually-
It's the best thing ever.
I was just
Okay.
defrost it until it's well done, oil it, season it, put in the oven, and then put stuff inside.
Smoke turkey number one, my friend.
When me and Bell, when we were headed down to Savannah, Georgia on Thursday night, our Amtrak train hit 82 mile per hour.
Nice.
on free
They're getting faster.
And funny thing is that this line they are only allowed to go about 79. You know, though the train was speeding.
Alrighty. The poll is up. Best way to make a turkey: oven, smoker, fryer. No, I would not put any other options. You get 3 options. That's enough democracy for everybody.
I was gonna
Three-
put 2
three
of them.
options.
I can only choose one.
There's no other way to cook a turkey. If there's
saying-
another option, please tell us. And I swear, if it's
that's
over a
different.
fire, then
Okay.
I'm gonna.
I'm saying they are going to take hours to cook anyway.
Yeah, while the poll's going on, you can go back to the one meme you missed.
Alrighty, I missed
Like,
the meme. Here we
is
are.
it,
No memes left behind.
Uh,
Here we are.
listen, you got to
Right under the effective
every
alarm
hour
clock.
to see if
There
it's
you
ready
are.
or not.
Alrighty, here. Can I lick it? Periodic table of lickability here. There you are. Sure, go for it. Maybe not the best idea. Please don't do that. See you on the other side. Yep, and you can tell exactly where on the periodic table you probably shouldn't be licking stuff. But yeah, there you go. Yeah, you can go for most stuff. Go ahead. Lick some zinc, lick some copper. You need copper, you need zinc. Maybe some gold. You can lick some gold. There you go. AG. Don't be licking cesium. Don't be licking plutonium. There you are. I can kind of see them there. There you are.
Lead.
Yeah.
Don't be
Dimitri.
licking lead.
Don't be doing that. Where's lead? PB. Where is it? Man,
Dimitri.
how long has it been since chemistry class? There you are.
Dimitri,
Don't be licking sodium though. Pure sodium. Don't do that.
All right,
It tingles the tongue if you do.
I want to say this. This meme I did posted right here. Here, I'm gonna bring it up. This is what cars and plane people always say to train people: respect my authority.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
that's correct.
Well, speaking of some really bad car people, this is the sort of car brain thinking that needs to stop in America. So even when being
Like-
told most and this is hold on, where we go. So here we go. San Diego humor. Welcome to San Diego. Please learn how to drive. All right. So rightmost lane speed limit if you have to. Middle lane 70 to 80 miles an hour. Left lane 80 miles an hour plus. And then Padres Farm goes ahead and quotes it. I'm driving speed limit on the left lane. I don't care if you honk or are mad. I'm not going faster. I'm moving lanes. You figure it out. And then everybody on the community notes is basically telling him, no, you're wrong. You can't do that. No, you can't do that. And it's like everybody is saying the same thing. So hold on, let me see. Where was my post? There we are.
Like the meme, look at the meme I sent. Like this meme of Carmen, Carmen in a police uniform saying "respect my authority."
Yeah.
That what cars are.
Where was the hold on, I can't find the community note, but okay, somebody went ahead and posted it here. In California, most US states, the left lane on multi-lane highways is legally reserved for passing for faster moving traffic. Driving at or below the speed limit in the left lane when not actively passing is considered impeding traffic and is illegal. Yeah, that's what's called move over laws. That's everywhere. But yeah, somebody reported him as a terrorist, and everybody is just going in on him. He's like, no, I don't care. If you have a problem with that, cut me off or be mad. But I'm simply never gonna care. I'm not changing the way I drive for your convenience. This is the type of people. It's just like you can't have these people just driving. It's like this is the type of person that no, sorry, you take the bus. Bye. You go on a bus. No, we have to take away the keys from these people. They cannot have keys. Sorry, Padres Farm, you cannot drive. You are never allowed to touch a car ever again. You will never be able to touch the sweet. Sweet steering
you're
wheel.
doing it wrong. You just look them straight in the eye and it's like, go home. You're drunk.
You take the bus home drunk. You cannot drive drunk. No booze
You had to take
cruising.
keys because you were drunk and we did not want you to drink and drive. It's for your own good.
Yeah. Terrible.
We'll be
Absolutely.
having an IQ test later. Oh, you took an IQ test. Oh, and you failed it. Oh, that explains.
great.
Yeah. But again, I guess a lot of the problem stems from that because the car has become a commercialized commodity that everybody must have, or the economy suffers. And even if you're the most brainless type of person, I mean, I swear, like just today, just getting to work, it looked like somebody from like a National Geographic of what ancient Mexico looked like attempting to drive an automobile. Was like swivering in and out of the roundabout. So the minute you give roundabouts to most people in America, it like the brains fizzle. But the minute you give like somebody that looks like they came out of like a Madame Tussauds rendition of what the ancient peoples look like, okay, like that's just what this lady looked like. She was swerving in and out, like 5 people honked their horns because she was about to like crash into like 5 of them. Of course, there's no license plate on this like absolute jalopy of a Hyundai that's falling apart. But I mean, it's like no. Most people should not be driving. It's as simple as that. Most people shouldn't be driving, and we shouldn't be building a country that forces the majority of its citizens. And I'm going to keep it at citizens to not go anywhere further than that. That's forcing the majority of its citizens to be driving. Okay? It's out of control, and I will always stand by. Most people belong on a bus or a train. Simple as. That's just it. So, no, there's no arguing this point. Most people belong on a bus or a train, and cities should be made to be like that. All right? But it's I will stand by that. I don't care. You want to fight me? Go ahead. Let's go ahead. We'll have a light heavyweight bout. Let's see. Let's do it. 178. Go ahead. We'll do it.
Dimitri, I want to bring up what type of technology was 50 years old by 1933? What type of technology was a half a decade old by 1933?
Wait, half a decade old by 1933?
Yeah, like about 50 years old.
Okay, wait, half a decade or half a century?
Sorry, blame fart. Half a century old.
Okay, so about half a century old by 1933, I'm going to say the automobile.
Bingo!
Okay.
I always laugh at how everybody did the biggest lie. I always laugh about it. Like, how come everybody always saying the popularity of the car and plane took the rider away from the train when you need to factor in how old the car was by then, you know? The moment you start factoring stuff in, factoring other countries in, you start realizing that some of the history they talk about is just a lie. Because here, Tate, I always say it. Automobiles were 50 years old by 1933. Aviation was about 15 to 20 years old by the 1930s. But there was one agency that you would expect that would have governed them, but were not able to govern them, but governed their competition, the railroads. And I talked about the agency before, the ICC, or the Interstate Commerce Commission. A lot of times people don't realize, and I actually brought it up on live stream before, big automotive airlines realize that because that agency doesn't know how to govern them, they used it to sneak their people in to screw over the railroads. Because here, Tate, why would you regulate the railroad knowing that there are a whole bunch of competition that can compete with them? Like, why would you restrict the railroad unless that competition is paying you to keep their competition down? Am I right?
Yeah. No, it's You know the crazy thing about just the technological advancement, particularly in the first half of the 20th century. You went from the Wright brothers in 1903 with basically a kite, more or less a motorized kite with some bike parts in it. And then you go from like there, and within basically, 41, 42 years, you go to like the Messerschmitt ME-262, okay? And then from there, you go to something like this, okay? We go from Wright brothers to this within a span of almost 70 years. It's absolutely incredible. I mean, even before that, you had the Concorde. The Concorde is 1960s technology. I mean, it's incredible that within a span of almost basically 60 years, you go from a silly looking kite that can barely stay afloat for almost like 15, 20 seconds to blasting at more than several times the speed of sound between New York and London. It's absolutely incredible. And with high speed rail, I mean, to get from it's
even worse. You realize it's 65 years and like what, 8 or 9 months? You go from first flight to man on the moon.
Yeah, it's incredible what this country has been able, and just mankind alone. I mean, what we could be able to accomplish when we actually do things.
Dimitri, I'm gonna bring it up. Like what I said with Big Automotive and their airline. Like, let me be honest.
Boy.
Like the journey led that time that Big Automotive, like big aviation makers to like the airline, Big Automotive. Like, they literally snuck their guys into the ICC. They even had their officials in the Interstate Commerce Commission. A team that is supposed to regulate monopoly. Monopoly. Like, and top, company from running monopoly. And they literally got the guys in. They ran the railroads into the ground, making it where they could not compete with road or air. And then they took their money in the 50s to give to the big automakers and the airlines. Am I right?
Yeah, I mean, it's the problem with the government is that they pick and choose winners, and then they tell you on one side of the mouth it's a free market, it's a free system, and then on the other side of the mouth they're basically being, well, they're not, the government's not picking winners and losers, it's the winners picking it's lemon socialism. That's what we are. It's winners that are actually losers because they can't figure out how to make money unless by waving around the absolute might of billions of dollars in lobbying money to go ahead and bail themselves out. Like General Motors are still never going to pay. It's never ever going to pay back what they borrowed from the American people. Okay, this is the system of government that we're under in right now. That's what it is.
Dimitri, here's the funny thing. I did the math. And I looked it up. If Eisenhower had never signed the Interstate Act into law in 1956, I did the math that if he had never signed that into law, we could have had high-speed rail across this country by now. A lot of our walkable cities would have not gotten destroyed. A lot of our small towns would have not been destroyed by suburbia. That one bill with all the rules and stuff that it had put in had destroyed this country. That was one of the most mental bills that destroyed the country. And people just don't realize it. The only reason that bill was signed into law was because Eisenhower went into Germany on the Autobahn. Think about it. Big Automotive seen their opportunity right there. They took it.
Yeah, and even the Autobahn, the way that it was built, and look, I'm reading books about that too. It's a bit controversial, but I mean, like, look, when they built the Autobahn, they weren't tearing down through towns and whatnot. I mean, you look at Germany, even now, like they're still using the same Autobahn, but when you get into a town, like the interstate stops. So you're either forced to go through the town or into the city at regular cityway speeds, or go around it, or just go in there. But you cannot go ahead.
It was designed slightly differently than the way we introduced our system.
Yeah, it's two completely different systems that don't really, they're not really the same. So let's look at, let's say, for example, let me see, let's take going into Frankfurt, because I'm right there. Yeah, look at they just kind of slow down. They're still highways. But this look at how far away it is from the actual city center. They're not going around. And then when you actually go in there, let me see. They're not a billion lanes across.
All right, Dimitri, let's not forget the money that built the U.S. interstate system came from railroad revenue. It came from the railroad. A lot of people don't know about that. Do you know?
Yeah. So here we go. Let's see if you go like here's your highway. There you go. And most of these highways, again, the Autobahn, when you actually look at the Autobahn, and I'll look at video, I'll show some videos of it. Most of the Autobahn is 2 lanes. But you can go with there's sections of it where there's no speed limit. We could have it good, but the problem is you have to have an actual trained populace that knows how to drive. You cannot just willy-nilly. And the car is, look, the car is a fantastic machine. I love cars. Cars are great. I don't know how many books on cars I have over there. I mean, I have a whole bunch of stuff on just cars alone. I mean, I have at least boxes of just road and track and car and driver magazines dating back to 2004. Okay? But the problem is that no, not everybody should be driving. Okay, let me see Autobahn. Let me just put Bugatti. Okay, that's my favorite. Bugatti Veyron is my favorite car. That always will be, and that's. Do you see the difference between the German Autobahn and American highways? What is a major difference over here? Let's take a look at this. Okay. Let me see. How many lanes? Let me see. It's not like 500 lanes. There we go. All right. It's going about 60. About 3. About 3. And most of it is 2. But there you go. You can. This is legal speeds. There you go.
We also don't have an end.
There you go. He's going about 120 miles an hour here.
Dimitri, I do want to bring it up. And I know you probably talked about it too. Like we both about it, that the money to build the U.S. interstate system did not came from the government, did not came from the taxpayer, did not came from the military. It came from railroad revenue. It came from the railroad. Am I right?
Yeah. So a lot of the United States government was overtaxing the railroads. It's still a pretty exorbitant rate. Somewhere upwards of 70 to 80%. In some cases. But that problem was that they were using the tax revenue to go ahead, build the highways, and build the airways. So it was just to a point that, even the railroads had to come. It's like, why would you go ahead? Why would you allow the government to go ahead, tax us, to go ahead and fund a competitor to us? That's not a way to run a government that is concerned about making the best for the country. It's obviously just picking winners and losers. Okay, so there you go. Look, two lanes. 2 lanes. This is not a. But that's the thing. Notice how people are driving on the right side. If they have a slower car, they're not taking up the left lane. I don't care what you say. You know why we can't have the Autobahn here in the United States? You know why we can't have it? Because you have guys here like Padres Farm. I'm driving the speed limit on the left lane. That's why we can't have nice things. That's a big reason why.
You can't have the speed limit here because North Dakota, Texas, Oklahoma have all bumped their speed limits up.
Look at that.
So you can at least drive faster down the road. If every state did that, getting around wouldn't really be an issue.
And that's the problem. We can't, crack down properly on corruption.
Yeah. No consequences, no changes. 9:34. We'll go ahead and end this at It's we don't have work tomorrow, so we'll go until 10. How about that? We'll give you guys happy Thanksgiving.
I
We'll go
got a
until
day
10.
holiday tomorrow.
All right, it's a holiday.
Yeah, before we go on, I'd like to answer some questions that were in the YouTube chat system. David Jackson wrote a message before he retracted it of mentioning that the phones were left untouched for a century before they went cellular, but there was a main reason for that. They gave Alexander Graham Bell, who created American Telegraph and Telephone Company, essentially monopoly rights over it, and they did not allow any major advancements for that nearly a century. But once they lost that monopoly rights, we had the cell phone come out within just a couple of years. And that's a major reason why we're not having a lot of technological advancements. We're allowing monopolistic practices from happening and not allowing actual innovation from coming out, whether it's from the companies that hold the monopoly or monopolistic powers or random people that want to do something better with it. And then the second one was Mr. Reed's from earlier. Would it be better if California High-Speed Rail declared Chapter 11 bankruptcy and reorganized? Technically, that would only help somewhat, but not as much as you'd hope.
No, and that's
you basically have.
Go ahead.
Basically have to fire everyone in charge. Go to either Europe, Japan, or South Korea. Hire one of their middle managers who could possibly become a lead project manager that is not directly in line, and have them run the project, and they do a much better job. But I don't know if people would be okay with that right now, with all the illegal immigration issues that are being resolved. So you don't really have many good options.
Yeah, I still that's another thing that needs to be done. The country is overpopulated by at least almost 100 million people. The maximum amount of probably, we're talking about maybe 225 million people, because most of the infrastructure was built and capped off at around the 1970s, with some small increments here and there. But that the vast majority of infrastructure building peaked at the 1970s, and you've had some more road expansion, more lanes, bro. We just need more lanes, just one more lane. The one more lane is just basically a warning sign that we're not doing the right thing. This is not good. So if you have a toilet and you have too many people going to toilet, you're just going to build more pipes. But it's still one toilet. But we have to build more pipes into the toilet in order to get to funnel in, the amount of garbage that's going through. Okay, I've really held myself back there. But this is the problem with the United States, is unfortunately, is that we have not built enough to accommodate this amount of people. Almost 50 million in the last. It's not sustainable. And unfortunately,
well, the problem is it doesn't matter which state you go with. If you go with the Department of Transportation numbers, at highways properly designed and built, their throughput is 1,800 cars per hour per lane, max. And so it's like, oh, we'll just add more. If you talk to transit enthusiasts, they're going to assume 1.1 people per car. I'll be generous and say it's 1.5 people per car. So congratulations. Each lane will move 2,700 people per lane per hour. And adding one more will do it. That's
you should tell that to our local DOT who's about to turn. Tell that to our local DOT who wants to make some of our 3 lanes 4 lanes, and turn a busy 2-lane highway into a 6-lane highway, and doesn't want to explore any other options.
Yeah, but once you look into it, it's like one train line would be moving 3 to 4 trains fully loaded, would be moving the same amount as that one highway lane.
No,
Yeah.
probably even more. I mean, we're talking about like almost 3 times the capacity in some ways. I mean, if we're talking about a train, let's say,
I'm just talking about sitting down only, no standing room only.
Yeah, just
added
sitting down.
to
Yeah,
those numbers. If you added standing room only, you can easily triple to quadruple those numbers.
yeah. I mean, it's just it's ridiculous. It should be about moving people, not about moving cars, and that's why most city planning, well, by most I'm talking about 99.9% of the United States, fails because, well, how do we fit cars? How do we go ahead and then your cities become giant parking lots? They become not conducive to walking or actual people or actual human life that is walking around. I mean, to the point that, Canada had in the 1970s their version of PBS. They had a What in the World, thinking that if aliens were looking from Mars and looking down on planet Earth, they thought that the entire planet was being ruled by the automobile. And like people are somehow parasites that walk inside and out of vehicles. But it's like you look at a map and it's like it looks like this is like made for automobiles and not for people. So yeah, we change our thinking when we say, how do we move people instead of how do we move cars?
And once you look into it, if you look into North America specifically, almost every single city except maybe New York City, Washington, D.C., possibly Toronto and stuff, just pick a random city, anywhere from 85 to 95% of the people are going to be going to work, school, recreational, and all the other stuff by just automobiles alone, and almost by themselves in their said automobile. Versus, all right, what's a better way to do it? If you set it up right, you have what, 10, 20% of the people either working from home, or they can walk to their place of work or business or whatever, and then another 10 to 20% they can get into a bike and ride around. So you're right there at most a third that can get everywhere without actually needing to touch a car whatsoever, but they can still own one. And then let's say another third, they take mass transit, whether it's a train, a metro system, a trolley, a bus, doesn't matter. And then that last third, they're like, all right, we still need a car to get around. It's like, all right, you go from 85% at the low end to now only a third. Now all of a sudden, most of your roadways are way overbuilt.
Yeah.
And you don't need to have more than 10% of your city as giant parking lots.
Yeah, there's a right way and a wrong way to do stuff, and it's obvious that things have been done the right way. Yeah, like going back to the German example. There you go. Here's a whole entire highway going all around, and then once it gets into a city, it starts to slow down, and it starts to turn into an actual regular just street. So it stops being a highway, and then it starts being and it's not 300,000 miles. Like, look at it just turns into an actual. There you go, and then that's it. It turns into a street. There you go.
Yep.
That's it. You're not
in Texas. It would essentially be the bypass highway that goes around the city, whereas the old highway becomes like a business park.
Yeah, it's like a
and what's this? What's this? Oh, it looks like train tracks. Oh, it looks like catenaries. There you go. Wow, look at that. There you go.
And now it comes to road.
Yeah. So there you go. Yeah, you can have all this stuff working. And by the way, oh look, the bikes have their own place. There you go, bikers. Hello, your own lane, your own place to go around. Not here. Bikes do not belong here. No, they are over here, and then people walk over there. Unfortunately, even places like Frankfurt is being plagued by these stupid lime these damn things. They're like litter all over the place. I can't stand these stupid things. Oh man.
What, you don't like the battery electric scooters that you get to crash and injure yourself on?
Oh man, they're trash.
You mean the battery electric scooters that hit you in the shin and make it numb?
All right, can I tell y'all my
Are
story?
these like the scooters that hit you in the shin and they'll break your nut and break your
Talk about the story real quick. Me and Val, it happened about 2 years ago. Me and Val, we got done with a group we were part of. We're no longer part of the group because of falling out. But when we were part of the group afterward, me and the wife wanted to go strolling around downtown Charleston, and they did not have the line scooters; they had the line bike. Me and the wife said, good God, you couldn't even hardly find anywhere to park them at to like in the ride. Like it took an hour to find a line bike parking spot before we can park them, before we can sign out it in the ride. It wouldn't let it in the light until we found a spot to park them in. And let me be honest, those things like my wife, she is not good on bikes. She have bad balance. Nope. Sorry, Belly Poo. If you're listening to this, baby, I am sorry. I had to say this, but my wife, she cannot ride a bike.
So, David, you're giving her a bicycle for Christmas, right?
Maybe. but I can see the moment I give her a bike, she gonna be falling off of it almost every day. She can bounce on a scooter super well.
Val is getting a nice Huffy or a Schwinn or some a nice bike for Christmas. Come on, man, you can find one. Or get her one of those like $7,000 bikes or whatever that all the baby boomers keep riding around all over the place, LARPing like they're Lance Armstrong.
Nope. I could probably let her get a casual bike, but I'm going to have to teach her how to ride the bike properly.
There you go. Take her to the park, and there you go. And then she'll learn. It's not that hard. She'll enjoy. Here's an article over here that was left by, here we go, wait, hold on, here we go, Clear Track Speed, talking about why the airlines are absolutely afraid of having high-speed rail here, because I guess it's been the theme for tonight. How Italy's high-speed trains helped kill Alitalia, which Alitalia is the Italian state-run airline. But here you go. Italy's high-speed network has captured the foreign market for domestic flights, which is what's happened in so many places. Belgium doesn't have any domestic flights anymore. Okay, yeah, Belgium is a pretty small place comparatively, but they used to have domestic flights and then they stopped after they have high-speed rail. France has little to no domestic flights. Japan does have domestic flights, but they're mainly flying just in between, like to far sides of the island they're connecting, but like we saw the graph, most people are going to take the bullet train, the Shinkansen. That's what they're going to be doing. And here we go. Let's read through this real quick. Over a decade ago, when Francesco Gialetti had traveled to his native Rome to Milan for work, he used to fly the nearly 400-mile route. Man, that's quite the commute. Today, he takes the train. Gialetti, CEO of Rome-based political risk consultancy Policy Sonar, is not alone. Figures released in 2019 by state railway company Ferrovie dello Stato show that the number of passengers taking the train on the country's main business route between Rome and Milan had almost quadrupled in a decade, from 1 million in 2008 to 3.6 million in 2018. Yeah, this is why the threat of Amtrak gaining record ridership. Okay, and if Amtrak actually had the power or actually had the political backing to really make and push out high-speed rail, like in the Midwest or in California, at this point, get California high-speed rail to Amtrak. They'll build it. I have far more faith in Amtrak.
Doubt Amtrak will build it.
I have more faith. Give it to Amtrak.
Amtrak does have its own California region as well. It has its own.
They do, but maybe they should have the high-speed rail.
Need it. However, they could make a deal with the freight railroad to buy that, and then they take over the freight railroad line, and the freight railroad gets the bypass.
They're not gonna. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. Union Pacific is not giving that up.
But Union Pacific, think about it. They get to not have to deal with a bunch of crossings anymore. In return, Amtrak gets to run on that line and own that line.
Yeah, but here we go. Over 2/3 of people traveling between the two cities now take the train. It's a remarkable endorsement of Italy's high-speed rail network, which debuted in 2008. So there you go, within 15 years. And there you go. Well, Alitalia probably didn't just shut down because of the trains. I mean, the trains probably did help out a bit, but Alitalia was an absolute mess of a company. Which leads you to wonder, as Italy's national airline prepares to shut down on October 15th, did the high-speed railways kill Alitalia? Giletti thinks so. Alitalia was a bird with its wings very much clipped from the start for an international carrier. It was very much focused on the domestic market, he says. Of course, in one way that makes sense. Italians mostly vacation in Italy, and visitors want to tick off sites the length and breadth of the country. Flying into Milan and then onwards to Naples or Rome is a natural step for people coming from countries such as the U.S. where air travel is common. But yeah, there you go. That's kind of what happened. But yeah, and the thing about Italy is that you have the state-run company for high-speed rail, Frecciarossa, and then you also have a privatized high-speed rail company made by the former CEO of Ferrari, Italo. There you go. The world first, Italo trains are the privately owned rivals to the state-owned Freccia chains. So yeah, we can have that here in the United States. We can do that. And both running and around the same lines. So I mean, it's just incredible that in so many ways, yeah, Europe has more of a free market than the United States in this aspect. It's hilarious. It's sad. It's something that we need to fix. It needs to be fixed.
Dimitri, like, send the link to that article because I want to post that on Facebook and I want to explain why railroads, like, why airlines are not having a good time as they are. I want to make it.
All right.
You know. But let me just say this.
Make sure I didn't miss anything here. Okay, yeah, we're good. Yeah, again, big thanks to Clear Track Speed for posting that up because yeah, that's good. But yeah, don't because then they're gonna say, well, America is not Italy, and I'm gonna drive below the speed limit on the left side of the left. Well, here we go. Hold on a second. Let's take Italy. What's the population? About 80 million, I believe. Let me see. Let me see. Oh, 58 million. Where was I thinking 80 million? I think maybe that was Germany. But there you go. 58.9 million people. There you go. There you are. If we can kind of rotate it, which I don't think this allows us to, but there's about 50 million people between, let's say, Florida, Georgia, and South Carolina. We can kind of fit this around here.
Yep.
If we just turn this over, let's maybe have the boot. Let's not be as generous. We can have Miami right there on the tip of the boot. Okay, go all the way up Tampa, Orlando, Jacksonville, and we can have Orlando, Savannah, Charleston, and there you go. And maybe you can get even up to Charlotte. But there you go. That's why they don't want to have it. There you go. Again. Put the countries on there. Show this when you go to your family. Show this. Go ahead, get the TrueSize.com. Let me go ahead and put in the link over here, and I'll put it on the Discord. I'll put it also for you guys on the YouTube chat. I haven't forgotten you. Okay, you have not been forgotten. All right. Little fun trick for Thanksgiving. So go ahead, show that, start mouthing up a whole bunch of populations. There you go.
Dimitri, guess what?
It's okay. Alrighty, fine. Friday will be time to let out Mariah Carey. All right.
I'm gonna have to ban him. We're not allowed to.
It's not. Friday, the thawing does not begin on October. The thawing shall commence after Thanksgiving. We are Thanksgiving. The American Rail Club.
It shall at least commence once Santa arrives at the Macy's parade.
Yes, that will be the official commercial start of Christmas. Not the Advent start of Christmas, but the official commercial start of Christmas starts when Santa Claus comes to 34th Street and Macy's. There you go. That's your official commencement to the commercial Christmas season. But there you go. We are the American Rail Club are officially Thanksgiving respecters. We will not be we will not be going ahead and decorating Christmas trees or anything like that until Thanksgiving has had its proper due. Thanksgiving shall be respected here in the American Rail Club.
And it looks like we finished the poll, and it looks like the air fryer lost.
The air fryer. Who would put it? Who would
fryer
put?
lost.
I meant that a deep fryer, not an air fryer.
Both fryers lost.
Okay.
No matter which way.
It was a very, very broad fryer. Okay, smoker with 20% and oven for 80%. You guys are no fun. Enjoy your dry turkeys in the oven.
Oh, great.
I agree with Dimitri.
I said smoker.
Smoker.
Thank you. Somebody is support.
Make sure you get turkey nice and roasted.
I side with Demetrius for this one.
This is democracy manifest. The oven. This is there you go. You want to know the failure of democracy? There you go, guys. The oven.
I do want to take the quick times. Like everybody is paying attention to the airline when it comes to aviation and high-speed rail, but no one is paying attention to the trucking companies and freight railroads. Because, and I'm not talking about the class 1s, I'm talking about like the regional and class 2. What people don't realize is what the airlines, like what they do in Florida with Brightline and all that back about a decade ago, a ton of the trucking companies will literally get anti-rail people together to stop a short line from forming or reopening a rail line, bring business back in. Business that they don't want to compete with. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's definitely a thing. This is for everybody who voted oven. Yes, you are all wrong. That is me. I am the Pepe. I am the Apu. You are all the NPCs. The incorrect way to make a turkey is in the oven. You either put it in a deep fryer or put it on the smoker. You're all wrong. All of you. Alrighty.
Deep frying a turkey is the best.
There you go. Yes.
Also, putting it in for many, many hours and wait until it gets burned, that's a mistake nobody wants to happen.
Dimitri, I will change it.
Nobody wants to see a brown turkey.
We're ending the poll. Stop the count! Stop the count! End the polls! Oh man, hold on, wait a second. Let me see if I can find that tweet. That was oh man. There is it. Where is it?
I mentioned the poll, and then all of a sudden, one extra person decides to throw.
I know this is
the oven.
No, this is me. No, stop the count. Stop it. Stop the count. Oh man.
I'm on
Okay.
this. Look. I will side with Dimitri on this because, you know, how it is, but agree with Dimitri.
Alrighty, okay. We'll finish the turkey conversation there. Okay, we got 2 more minutes, guys. Who has the best plans for Thanksgiving? I know that's a loaded question for the final 2 minutes.
I'm going to live stream tomorrow. Anybody want to join me?
Alrighty, you guys, if you want to join David's live stream, he is live streaming tomorrow, putting an announcement there. So check out David's channel on YouTube. Yes, we're promoting David's channel first before we even promote our own. But he is our own. Oh. He's part of the club. So and technically, yes, we do promote our own here.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty.
Yeah, and we got it in the that you gotta check. It's not going to be this time. It's the onion.
Here we are. Study. Average 19th century Americans spent 93% of time waving at trains and boats. Time very well spent.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh, man. Possibly better times. Probably easier times. They didn't have to deal with the amount of traffic or the silliness of today. I'm pretty sure they didn't have to deal with I have to. Darling, gee, I have to go ahead and take an hour and a half commute to get to the farm. That was a 2-minute commute for most people.
I know that.
Oh man, Mall Santa prepares for seasonal gig by cutting off ankle monitor. Yeah, be careful which Santas you go to and which malls. Although there's some really good Santas that are really actually growing real beards, so those Santas get a pass. Especially if they have the meth Santas with the fake beards do not get a pass. Be careful which mall you go to. Although at this point I don't think there's any mall Santas. There's some malls, but I mean, what malls are still functioning at this point except for like one?
Dying breed.
Yeah,
but not a whole lot, except for the ones that have extra sales.
That's a guy from Florida. Yeah, they're gonna it's like in Ocala. There's gonna be like some guy from a trailer park meth Santa. Alrighty, guys. It is 10 o'clock. That was our final topic was meth Santas.
Oh, and by the way, our the commutes for the Thanksgiving travel can be easily compared to putting a frozen turkey into a deep fryer.
Yeah, don't put frozen turkeys into deep fryers. Look, deep fryers are easy to do if you know what you're doing. Okay, so that don't that people that's why people have such an aversion to not air fryers. How dare we speak of air frying a turkey? Deep frying.
Deep frying.
Yeah, but just remember for everyone else, when you're going to be at the stores on Friday, can you be a reasonable human being and turn the camera sideways and not vertical like a moron?
This way,
not
this way. No TikTok. This is the brain rot orientation. This is the actual true orientation of how you take videos. Alrighty, guys, we have reached the station. Alrighty, thank you all for riding on board with us on this beautiful, wonderful Thanksgiving Day, Thanksgiving Eve stream. We respect Thanksgiving here at the American Rail Club, and we respect you all for taking your time to come and join us on board on this amazing journey that will continue on into the future. We wish you all Godspeed. Enjoy. God bless you on Thanksgiving. Enjoy it. Take care. We will see you all next time on this channel. Take care.
Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Have a good night and happy Thanksgiving to all.